and think that's going to be right. And it's not
how
like
did they?
I don't have no clue, man. I don't know.
Like
I don't think it was
over Jaylen Brown.
Like Devin Booker was now. Devin Booker has already been. Okay, wait a second. I know you're gonna poo-poo this, but
I'm not poo-pooing. I don't even know what that
listen,
means. But I'm taking Jaylen Brown over motherfucking Devin Booker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All right, guys, welcome to the it's a fully loaded with new chairs. You like them?
right. Yeah, I feel like I went from cable to network.
Oh, you was feeling like on cable before. I know. We're trying. What's the next step after network?
Yeah, we was low riding.
Where are we going from network?
But it was cool. It was
definitely low riding.
Stratosphere. Network stratosphere.
Okay, because we look like the Shark Tank is a lot bigger than us. I want to be more comfortable, and I want to also fairness is better angle. Better angle than like this.
And we listened to a few of your comments, so we made some adjustments, and we'll be addressing them at the end of this.
We're going to be addressing a lot of your comments. Yeah. And none of them were about the chairs, though. So if you like the chairs, let us know. But there's a lot of really good comments, and we're address them all. We ain't going to hide from them. We ain't going to be worried about what you say. So
no.
We read them. My man reads them. I read them. Our guys read them.
It's important.
We love it. What's that?
It's important.
It's very important, dude. Everybody got an opinion.
Right.
All right. I want to start with this. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. So I was reading this article, right? Did you see this article my man wrote about Josh Allen? Let me tell you what he wrote about him. He wrote, what the hell is that guy's name? Who's that guy that wrote an article about Josh Allen? Drew, who was that guy? You know? I don't know. I'll remember it later. Let me read the quote to you, and I'll give you who wrote it. We'll do it backwards. Mm-hmm. One of the more overrated players in the NFL, one NFL executive told ESPN, Jeremy Fowler. Jeremy Fowler wrote on July 15th. Immense talent, but he makes a lot of mistakes. He's underdeveloped at winning at the line of scrimmage, tends to lock on to targets, more of a thrower than precision passer, forces throws into traffic. What do you think about that? You agree? You don't agree? You like it? First of all, is he one of the most overrated guys in the NFL?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. And there's a thing that's called development.
Yeah.
That you have to continue to let guys, he's been in the MVP race the last 3 or 4 years.
Correct.
Like he has lifted Buffalo as an average franchise to a team that has Super Bowl aspirations now every year that he's there.
Correct.
He's developed. Now let's look at what was the report on him when he came out of college. Mm-hmm. He had a big time arm.
Which he does.
He was underdeveloped and everything. Don't know if he'll ever be a passer. But to me, if I close my eyes and listen to Jeremy Fowler, listen to him describe that player, I can close my eyes, and he could have been describing Brett Favre.
Got it.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Throw in the traffic, gets locked in on a guy.
A lot of guys,
big-time arm.
A lot of rookies that are.
Well, I just think that there
dudes.
are certain, but you can still be a great player. Mm-hmm. Now, his opinion is if he's overrated and everything. If we were saying Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL, then the statement would be true. If you're saying he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, no, it's not true.
Got it.
Because he has actually carried Buffalo. And let's do this. If we remove this generation's superstar, Patrick Mahomes,
yep.
Where would he be?
He'd be number 1.
And Buffalo would have probably made a couple Super Bowl appearances.
He'd probably have a ring.
So in those big games, and what I don't like critiquing players, and especially being critical like this, is he overrated and everything? In the biggest games of the year, he shows up and puts on a performance. Mm-hmm. And as a reporter, I don't even know if he's capable of analyzing this. But when you are a quarterback and you throw your body on the line week in and week out, like it's a playoff game.
And he does.
Like, do we expect him to play that way and still have the same accuracy as Joe Burrow?
Who doesn't do that?
No. So it's not even fair.
That's true. I think about that.
Like, that is a superpower.
He's a running back throwing the football. taking 15, 17 legit hits a game, running, putting his shoulder down.
Yes.
And Burrow ain't throwing the ball away before he gets hit, which is his job. I get it.
Right. Now, he's not a better runner than Lamar Jackson, but he's a better passer than Lamar Jackson. And there's people that say Lamar Jackson's overrated. Neither one of these players is overrated. Mm-hmm. They're still developing. They're still younger players. Both of them play in the AFC, that we are playing in a very, very unique time in the NFL, that there's so many good quarterbacks, especially in the AFC.
Best running quarterbacks, Lamar.
Yes.
How about 2 and 3? Is Burrow number 2?
No, you mean Josh Allen.
I'm sorry.
I would go with
Lamar.
Jaylen Hurts.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Not just sneaking the ball.
I mean, he can run the ball. Like he can run the ball, and as a dual threat, I would say those 3 right now are the most dangerous and the most accomplished.
So when Josh Allen, last year, and what happened? So Diggs left.
Yes.
Right. Why'd Diggs leave?
Not happy. Wanted a new contract.
They wouldn't pay him.
And he's one of those kind of guys that he might not be happy anywhere.
You know, he just ain't happy.
Yeah, he might be one of those kind of guys get to heaven and be like, man, it's too nice. It's just too nice up here.
There's always something better. Because
Right.
he had a good deal in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, had a great deal in Minnesota, too, before that.
But left.
Yes. Both places has performed well. Now, Houston didn't fall for the trap. They didn't sign him to a contract extension. So he'll be on his best behavior. He will make huge plays for C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans this year. They could shock a lot of people, in the NFL with the talent that they have. Offensively, defensively, DeMeco Ryans, head coach, really one of the up and young superstar head coaches that we have in the NFL. So very, very exciting season we're on the cusp of.
So what Houston did was they didn't give him a long-term deal.
No, he's got 1 year left on his contract.
So we'll honor it. We're here. We're going to pay you big for a year. We're going to
Right,
honor your
absolutely.
deal. But to get anything new, you got to perform.
And I think that still might be a hard thing for them to do. He might have to maybe take a discounted rate compared to what he think he can get on the open market.
Yeah.
Because they have so many young players, and they're still a few years away from C.J. Stroud paying him, but you have to calculate that hit coming.
Is Diggs in Europe, is he more worried about winning a Super Bowl or getting paid more?
I think he would really like to win a Super Bowl. If he was able to win a Super Bowl in Houston playing 1 year, I think that he would be able to get a contract that he'd be happy with.
Did he have a better shot at winning it in Buffalo or winning it in Houston?
I would say in Houston now because Buffalo lost a number of pieces,
Correct.
That they would have to recover from. So Houston, they got a good shot.
Got it. Okay. All right. So I grew up a Broncos fan. Did I tell you I became a Broncos fan?
No.
My father, who wasn't close to it all, was watching the Giants and the Broncos in some Super Bowl. I don't know when it was. A long time ago. And he was cheering for the Giants. And I was like, well, shit, I don't like him. So I'm being honest. Like he
Right.
watched too. He knows I'm telling the truth.
There's plenty of kids out there cheering opposite of the team their dad's cheering.
Oh, and mine was hardcore.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I like the mother effing Broncos, bro. That's
Right.
my team. Okay.
Right.
So I grew up watching them. John Elway, I liked number 7. He was a sling. I liked watching him play quarterback. Terrell Davis was one of my favorite players that I watched. And I mean, age-wise, wasn't like I was a little kid watching it. And I saw this thing that said Terrell Davis got arrested on the airport or on an airplane for assaulting a flight attendant. And I immediately said to myself, that's weird. Like, I don't know the dude, but that's really weird. Did you see that he got arrested, that the FBI boarded the plane, that they then took the handcuffs off him and apologized profusely? But how does that happen? Like, did you read what he did?
Yeah, people lie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I got that part. People lie. But how do you board a commercial airliner, grab a dude off of it who's with his wife and kids because...
No, put him in cuffs.
Put him in cuffs. I'm sorry, not grab. Take him into custody.
Yes.
Put him into custody. Do you know Terrell Davis?
Yes.
Good dude?
Great guy.
If
Great
you-
family guy.
Okay. So
Guy didn't have a family till later on, but it would definitely be of the Hall of Famers of the Gold Jackets to be a guy that you'd be shocked.
Correct.
What happened?
Are they lucky it was Terrell Davis? Other people might not have reacted so well being taken into custody for no reason at all.
I think
when somebody
that,
lied.
I'll see TD too, Hall of Fame weekend in a couple of weeks, and he reacted the way as Gold Jackets we would like other Gold Jackets to react.
That's hard. That's a hard standard to set.
Yeah, but we always talk about that when one of us is involved in something, it puts all of us involved in it. So make sure that we're about doing the right things. And sometimes you can be the bigger person. Like sometimes you could be, targeted and still remain classy in the whole thing. I think that it happened so quick. Like once he supposedly tapped this person.
This guy, because he wanted ice for his kid.
Yeah, but I don't even, you have to be even careful identifying the person as a he.
Well, he said it was a he.
Well,
the article said he was a he.
Yeah, I understand that,
okay,
but that might have been a problem too.
I'm going right with he. I'm fine with that. You're going to be mad at me. I'm going right with he. It was a dude. He said he.
No, that's what they said.
I don't have a gold jacket either. So I'm just saying.
He was a male.
Yes. Correct. He was a male.
He was a male.
Yes.
And, the thing about it is that you only have so many moments in your life to really make an impression on your kids that will last a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And as parents, a lot of things that you do are thankless stuff that you do for your kids and stuff. As your kids get older and everything, you realize, man, these kids do not appreciate that. Now, to me, what does Terrell have to do as an African-American man to be able to remove the visual that his two sons and his daughter got? Because we've had these conversations before this happens. Like, people think that we get in public and then all of a sudden this stuff goes haywire. No, as black families, we talk about this stuff.
Correct.
And then the way that his kids were able to see how it played out in real time, an innocent man being basically charged with something, because why'd they have to put him on handcuffs to get him off the...
They didn't. And he wasn't remotely...
The officer told him, bent over to him, because I watched him on the CBS Morning News with Gayle King. And the officers came on, FBI, everyone, and bent over to him and said, put the handcuffs out and told him, don't resist. Don't fight it. Like in a whisper to him. And he said, like, what did I do?
Correct.
So didn't actually tell him what the accusations were, removed him from the plane, then began discussing it, and then you could see that the discrepancy, and then they went down the aisle, asked a few people.
And people were like, no.
What happened?
He didn't do nothing. This guy lied because we could see it. We were back here, forward, frontwards. We all had eyes on him.
Now Terrell and his family, they're on their way to Disney.
Yeah.
That's all. Just a guy.
Correct.
Trying to take his family to Disney.
Yeah.
For the NFL season. NFL season starts, we get busy.
Yeah.
So this is the time between 4th of July and August 1st. We take all our little trips and everything, do all our little family stuff before we get ghosts for the season.
Yeah.
And now that trip marred by, and even with him being innocent, like that wasn't a real apology United Airlines issued to him.
No.
Like, and now that he's got a lawyer and everything, they're going back on it, and it's been a number of people that have had problems with United Airlines.
Of course there have.
So United Airlines has a huge problem because, I know TD. All the people that know TD know that this is not the way his character is, and the way he reacted is who we think TD is. Because a lot of people, would have jumped out of character in that, especially, man. I mean, if you've never been in handcuffs, you are trying to avoid being in handcuffs.
Correct. Let me tell you something, dude. I've been in handcuffs a lot growing up. And it would not have been unreasonable for him to say, what am I being, why?
Yes.
Why? Okay, but why? What did I do? Why would I be getting handcuffed?
Right.
And what is the reason you're going to take me into custody? Because once you put handcuffs on me, I'm in custody. And also, I mean, dude, I don't miss flying commercial. I ain't going to lie to you. Okay? But I will tell you that if there's however many people watching this and how many people download it, that 90% of people, if I were to be an over-under guy, would say, man, there was a time I was on a plane, and damn, I just wanted some pretzels, man. Dude, I just want to know if I could, like, use the bathroom. Like I don't.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, why are they, and at some point, there's got to be accountability. Because you were wrongfully detained.
Oh, yeah.
And does the guy that made the statement get arrested?
Well, this is the thing, that he definitely filled out a false report.
Which is a crime.
Yes.
That's a crime.
So to me, it's just more of the mental anguish and anxiety that your family goes through, that I can't tell you what that is. I can't tell you monetarily what that is. But I do know that United Airlines has already, I think, dismissed the person involved.
And they should.
Okay, so that's admitting fault.
Yeah.
And then now you have all these witnesses, eyewitnesses to the scene of the crime.
Of the alleged crime.
Yes, there's a lot of people, man, that just wake up and they are not in the headspace to have a good day. And they are in the service business, and that's to me what these situations are. That's why typically when I'm in public, I try not to be exhausted. I try not to be worn out. I try not to be distracted, because I don't want to be tried.
Correct.
And it's amazing how many good things you can do. And one situation just like this, I'm trying to get ice, for my son. Yeah. I had a situation when I coached a little league team, and we were at a practice. And the kids were like 9, 10 years old, 9 through 11. And it was a Friday night, so we were having a pep rally, getting ready for the game. And the kids were horsing around and everything. And I'm sitting back there as a coach, talking to the coach. But I see the kids, and one of the kids, sucker punched one of the kids. And when I seen him sucker punch him, he was like maybe 2 steps from me. So, I grabbed him by his jersey and hemmed him up. Yeah. And he's one of the kids I know. He's going over to my house that night. Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, so I snatched him up. I was like, Terrell, man, why the heck you swing on Bruce like that, man? That's totally unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And he's like, started crying. I'm sorry, coach, and everything. Apologize. So, okay, we go to my house, stay all night and everything. Go to the game on Saturday. Plays a good game and everything. Sunday off NFL, then come back to practice on Monday. The mom shows up, telling me she's going to sue me.
The mother?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I was like, he was at my house all week.
Yeah. Going to sue you for taking him, grabbing him up, so he didn't pop the kid again and beat him up. And
right. She just thought it was going to be like an easy payment or something. Like I was going to just roll over and everything. But the thing about it is, as a public figure, everything that you do, go to grocery store, go to the gas station, every encounter you have can go sideways. Mm-hmm. And most time, they're not going to put the other people's name involved in there. So
correct. Nobody knows. Why would they?
Yeah, and you can do thousands and thousands and thousands of things right, and then react the wrong way, and get stereotyped, or it be on your Google searches forever.
Because there's other players that had it been their name, people wouldn't even have read. They'd be like, that's what he does.
Yes.
That's what he does. That's just what he does.
Absolutely.
Like, no, he didn't do it. No, that's what he does.
No, there's a bunch of people that I know that would have actually tapped them aggressively, would have spoken to them in a demeaning way.
And when they went to give handcuffs on him.
And then it would have been a problem.
then it would have
like
been a
it would have
problem.
been a problem. Yes.
Well, I think about, like, can
Plenty.
you imagine, and thank God it was, but, like, I look at some of these guys, and I like what you say about it. But, you know, somebody asked me, I had Ray Lewis come to our event one day, years ago, spoke at the event. And they said, what'd you think about Ray Lewis? I said, well, first of all, he's really good. Second of all, dude, there ain't many people I've said this about in my life, but I ain't fucking with that dude. Like, that's just a different dude. Like, that's different, you know? And if you look at all these guys, and I like, weird things pop in my mind, so you got to indulge me. All the gold jackets from your generation, all them dudes, right? All great dudes. And would you say that was if you took the guys back then compared to the dudes playing now, like, and there may never be another Ray Lewis, but are there guys that have that kind of intensity in the game? If there was one guy, if I said, dude, who reminds you the most, he ain't Ray Lewis, but on the defensive side, linebacker, reminds you the most of Ray Lewis. Is there anybody you can be like, dude, this guy does? He ain't Ray, but this guy does.
Right. I think that, for one, sometimes at certain positions, it's not even fair to compare guys.
So you can't even do it to Ray Lewis. He's
Well,
just,
because, and also, you know, I played in the era when I first came into the league, best linebacker was Meaike Singletary.
yeah.
So, and he was the best linebacker for a long, long time. And then at the end of my career, there was a guy who came along named Ray Lewis. Last game I played with the Vikings was against Ray Lewis, and he smacked me right in the face coming across the middle catching the ball. So I think that there's no one playing the game like him. I would say someone actually who just even got into the Hall of Fame, Patrick Willis, San Francisco 49er, Ole Miss, he played the game like Ray Lewis with that type of intensity, precision, anticipation, and I'm trying to look for another word besides violence. The
aggression
physical,
or intention,
the necessary physical mentality that goes with playing that position they had. Now, sometimes people just think that transfers over in life. I don't necessarily believe that, but these guys have the ability to be able to process. And they have a system of processing things and how they foul things. And when the lights come on, they can play at a level that makes you, they jump off the tape. It makes you, it's like, wow, there's something different about it. Now that's what Ray did. That's what Singletary did. You know, so that's what, and I just think all generations, you know, they make it different. You know, Jack Lambert was the middle linebacker. Dick Butkus before him. You know, Dick Butkus did it the only way you can do it. Jack Lambert did it different. Meaike Singletary did it different than that. Ray Lewis did it different. Brian Urlacher did it different. But all very, very special, playing the same position. So,
who's the best linebacker today in the game?
Best linebacker today, I would probably say inside linebacker San Francisco, number 54. Can't think of his name right now. What's his name?
I know you're talking about. I can't think of it. Google it, Andrew. You'll figure it out. I can't think of his name either. But I know
54 San Francisco.
Linebacker. I know you're talking
Fred.
about. The best.
I won one of my, yes.
All right.
You got it? Wait.
He'll get it. He's going to get quicker. Look at that.
54 San Francisco.
Isn't it something the third? Am I wrong about that? Just put linebacker San Fran, bro. 54. Fred what? Fred Warner.
Yes.
Fred Warner. He's the guy.
Excuse me, Fred.
That's it.
Respect. Yeah, and because he's 3 downs. Those linebackers are starting to become obsolete. Like they're, 1, 2 linebackers, first, second down, bigger guys, and the disposition, or the kind of the way they look, and you can't be just as attacked because the game is more lateral now.
Yeah.
And you can't be just, okay, I'm gonna blitz, get the line of script. Like, the game is totally different, and you got to cover. You got to do so many things. You got to blitz. Like there's so many things that
Fred
you
Warner
have
can
to
do it all.
Yes, and like the size and dimensions of the linebacker have changed. That they're not. There's not a handful of linebackers over 245 in the NFL.
And how
Inside
fast
guy.
and quick are they?
Yes, no, that's what they got. They major in that.
Yeah, big, strong, fast, and quick.
Yes.
Mean. All right, Davante Adams, is he going to the Jets? Is he leaving? Is he going to play with Rodgers? What's he doing?
I mean, this is the thing that you have to accept when you have Aaron Rodgers. He always has some stragglers. Like he's always got some guy. Last year he was trying to demand Randall Cobb. Man, Randall Cobb is done playing football.
Yeah, he ain't playing, yeah.
But he ended up playing one season for the Jets. He got him an extra season for the Jets. Yeah. And, he would be, with Garrett that they have with the Jets now, who is a young, up-and-coming superstar. Adams is still one of the top 5 receivers. He's been playing with bad quarterbacks the last several years. And, I think that he could be traded. And I do think if the Raiders get off to a slow start, given their schedule and everything, and they got a young quarterback, that he would be one of the people. They moved the trading deadline back now to make it more advantageous for teams to trade. Davante Adams could definitely be traded to the Jets. And Aaron Rodgers said it. Like, he just wouldn't make that up.
He wouldn't be running his mouth. There'd be something.
I mean, there's something to it. Like, he said it for a reason. He said it to ignite something. He said it, like, he does things very cryptically. Like, he's like, look forward to playing with him again. Like, he didn't have to say that. He's at a golf tournament. Exactly. He didn't have to say that. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I know that he's one of those, he wants what he wants. And he would definitely add to a Jets team that I do believe already is pretty good.
Got it. And if he does get added, that makes that much of a difference for the Jets.
Oh.
Like that now becomes like.
Yeah, because they got a couple running backs, and, they have, Garrett, who's going to be a star of the future for the Jets. I think this is 3rd or 4th year from Ohio State. He's their number 1 threat now. Then if you have 2 number 1s, what it's going to open up, and Aaron Rodgers can still throw that football. Like, you can't disrespect his throwing, and you can't commit too many people to the line of scrimmage because he's going to audible and carve you up.
What were they? So did he not go to off? What did he not go to hotels? What was his? Did he not show up?
He missed one of the OTAs because he had a pre-planned trip or something to Egypt.
Got it.
There's many times I've missed mini camp. Other guys, the coach makes up an excuse. Like for 3 years in a row, I was at that time of mini camp, I was broadcasting with Fox Sports NFL Europe. So I would go to London, Germany, Barcelona, and broadcast these games to work on my craft. But I was already in great shape. The coaches knew it. And the coach would always make up some type of excuse as family matters, disregard it. But it never really became an issue because I was so committed to being in shape. And I was so consistent. So at that point in my career, he allowed me, because knowing that's what I wanted to do. And it really helped me, too, as a broadcaster. And you just create these trust bonds with people, and them allowing me to do that, it just even made me more fond of the organization.
Correct. Well, they're flexible. They're allowing you to do something you wanted to do that was good for you.
It was really
not
it was all
necessarily
good for me.
them
it was not good for them,
but good for you.
Yes.
So they cared about you.
Yes, they really did.
When do guys show up? When do you report? What's the?
Well, you have mandatory days in the off season to train and
Got
everything. You have your mandatory off season training program. Typically starts around April 1st, and they just want you to get 4 weeks, get the young guys back into the building.
You're back in the building.
Yes,
everybody.
4 weeks. Yes, I would say 95% of all the players. Unless there's a contract dispute, like most of the guys are there. Yeah, because typically you have a workout bonus. So they're going to pay you to be there in the off season. Now, unless you're in a place like Green Bay or something like that, then their off season program is totally different. But when it's time for everyone to be there, you need everyone to have because it's the same commitment.
But for guys like you were playing, you knew what your role was, you knew where you were going to be, you knew you're not. I mean, listen, thankfully, but you're not one of them dudes that was. You weren't trying to make the team. You knew where you were at. You knew your role. You knew the play. You knew your deal. It's more for you to be in. I mean, be around the team and structure, but also be in damn good shape.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if you come in good
it's
shape,
a test.
It's a test.
It's an eye test. It's also to see where you are, what you got going on that off season. But it's also, man, they're always trying to get cheaper labor. Mm-hmm. To me, that ain't no time to take off. That's the time to show them, man, I'm so much better than these guys.
Correct.
I don't care who y'all drafted. I don't care who y'all developing. I'm still the top dog.
Yeah, I'm
like,
getting paid this.
I'm going to run circles around these dudes.
Correct.
So life is about perspective, how you look at it. To me, minicamp was always an opportunity to be like, we ain't got no replacement for him.
Yeah.
We know who our best guy is.
We don't have another guy like that.
No,
we ain't got another dude like that.
We ain't got no guy like him. Mm-hmm. You know, that was until Randy Moss. When I saw him coming in, I knew, okay, now check yourself, sonny.
That's right. That's okay.
Absolutely.
It's humility, bro. It's life.
There is no, but also I had 12 years in then.
Correct.
You know, so, I had been to 5 or 6 straight Pro Bowls. So I was cool with the fact, and I knew that I would be a tremendous asset.
To Randy.
Yes, and to the organization.
No doubt.
So I was totally comfortable with it. But, everyone is fighting that. Tom Brady fought that. They drafted Garoppolo. He was able to fight it off because he kept playing so well, and then the organization supported him and traded Garoppolo. Yeah. But every time you're in the lot, Brand, they are drafting someone or trading for someone or getting someone off the street to take your position, and so they can pay someone less to do that job.
Just like every other business.
It's exactly like every other business.
Yeah. What percentage of guys do you think don't come in? I'm just like an NFL league guys. What percentage of, if you were spitballing, come in and not in the shape they need to be in? Is it very few? Is it more than we would think?
I would say there's less than you would think because that's really the only assignment you have.
So really, most of
whatever rehab you have, nutrition, and staying in shape for your job. Like, to me, I'm like.
So most people just do it.
I'm like, yeah, this era of trying to get in shape. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a great example. Joel Embiid is a throwback player. Mm-hmm. And because of all his injuries and his size and everything, he thinks, and he probably could learn something from Shaq, that you can't get in shape playing basketball. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to be in shape and then go play basketball. Mm-hmm. And when you watch the USA basketball team, that's what you see. You see an old school theory applied to modern day, and it does not work. Mm-hmm. Guys move too fast. Guys' skill level is too high. So you can't come to minicamp and not be in shape because these young cats can run. Mm-hmm. And once they get that NFL coaching, the same coaching that you had that helped you develop, like, these are just opportunities just to be able to I call them job security.
Yeah.
Every time we draft a guy and he comes in and sits in our meeting and everything, and the coach asks me what I think about the kid, I'm like, that's job security. This kid can't replace me. Yeah. This dude is not. He's not. He don't have the right. I love it. I love when y'all draft guys like him. It just gives me job security.
Job security.
Yes.
So you're saying U.S. Are you talking about the Olympic team? Okay.
Yes.
So that was going to ask you about that. So first of all, two-part question. I watched a couple of their games. I watched them squeak by Australia. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big panic button kind of dude. Like their exhibition, they're good. I would sure as hell hope they win the gold medal. Obviously, it would be a pretty massive disappointment if they don't. Number one, can you elaborate on what you're talking about? Do they just have to get in better game speed shape? Are they going to be better when the Olympics start? Or are they going to be squeaking games out by 2 or 4, hopefully?
Well, first of all, these games in the beginning, typically, because international basketball is a lot closer to our USA team, like the international teams, because they play together a lot more than our guys do.
Yep.
Like when our guys get together like this, they play BS. They play all-star game.
Mm-hmm. They've never played competitively together like this.
No. And they have never had the elite type of athletes like themselves guard. I mean, you got LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, and because it's in that Team USA basketball environment, like everybody's playing defense. Like everyone's playing uber hard. So I think first of all, we have to realize that the teams internationally, they're a lot closer to us. So we're also filling out the roster and trying to who should play in what situation. So we're experimenting more than the other teams are experimenting. And at the end of the day, though, we have more levels that we can go to. We have more guys that we can actually hand the ball to and go get a bucket and or take over a quarter than anyone else in the tournament. So when it's really go time, like, you know, we are the prohibitive favorite. And we will blow out some teams, but don't be surprised if there's a couple teams that play us relatively close because of the way we match up with the other teams. You know, because Steph Curry, Durant, LeBron, if all three of those guys are on the court together, it seems like it's unmatchable. But they don't necessarily play to each other's strength. So the international game is a totally different game. The guys are more unselfish than ever. So you don't see that you don't see Steph Curry that plays for Golden State. This is Steph Curry that plays for U.S. basketball.
Correct.
You know, so their overall attitude and buying into the team concept is very, very apparent. But we are the favorite. We are better than them.
Are we going to win the gold?
Yes. Yeah, we got more levels to it. And when our guys decide to play defense, which they have and they will in the tournament, then, you know, they're the best in the world.
So if the U.S. is down by 1, 7-8 seconds left, you're the coach. Who are the 5 dudes in the court offensively? You're the coach. You put them out there. Don't worry about what play we're running. Who do you want in the court?
Okay, we're down by 1.
We're down by 1. We got to score. 7 seconds
we got to
left.
score. Okay, we're going to have Steph Curry on the court.
Yeah.
We're going to have Jason Tatum. We're going to have LeBron, Durant, and I would probably say Anthony Davis because he presents more of a problem on a pick and roll or a pop back out.
Got it.
Like if Steph's got the ball and they do pick and roll, you don't have to worry about him rolling to the hole. He can pop back out, and if you throw it to him, it just keeps the court open. Compared to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has a jump shot, but I think that AD, the threat, and his overall maneuverability, I think that right there, AD at the 5, yeah, KD, LeBron at the 3,
Steph.
yeah, I mean, and Tatum.
Tatum.
Like you got to respect because he can score. He can score the ball.
Yo, he's a freak.
Yeah.
All right, you're up 1, 7 seconds. You're on defense. Who are your 5 dudes? I know you're playing a different team, might depend, but you got 5 guys. You're locked down defense, 1 through 5. Who's in the court for you?
Ooh. Okay, we got 5 guys.
You're up 1. They got the ball. 7 seconds.
All right, I have Anthony Davis on the court.
Okay.
I also have the Celtics guard that they just
Derek
put on the
White.
team.
Derek White.
I got Derek White on the court. I got also Celtics Drew Holiday on the court.
Yep.
Best defender on U.S. basketball. The wings. Now that right there might be interesting. I'm going to have LeBron on the court because he has the highest basketball IQ of anybody playing basketball.
Okay.
So who's going to be my 5th? And I'm having Durant on the court, especially if he's healthy, because Durant is underrated as a defender, and he can guard a big or a small, and he rebounds well. So you have 3 rebounders in there if we need to get a stop. You know, LeBron, Durant, and then AD. Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. You know what blew me away about Olympic team when you saw Tatum, Holiday, White. I actually thought Jaylen Brown was going to be on the team.
I don't know how you can leave him off the team.
Me neither. How does he get left off
Like,
the team?
it's not like...
But how do you get left off the team? Who should he be on a team over? You're USA Basketball. You run it. Chris Carter's in charge. We need Jaylen Brown.
Well,
Who goes and who
for
stays?
one, Kawhi left.
I know.
So I need a wing player.
They took Derek.
He ain't no
Kawhi
wing
left.
player.
I
He's
agree.
a guard. Like he's a guard, point guard.
But how was he off the team to begin with?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on and why people don't respect him. I don't know
He's
how
fierce on both ends.
Yeah, I can understand, but the guy's MVP of the finals.
Correct.
I don't know how you can skip over him and think that's going to be right. And
so
and
how,
it's not
how
like
did they?
I don't have no clue, man. I don't know.
Like
I don't think it was
Booker over Jaylen Brown.
like Devin Booker was now. Devin Booker has already been okay. Wait a second. I know you're going to poo-poo this, but
I'm not poo-pooing. I don't
Okay,
even know
but
what
listen,
that means.
but first
I'm
of all-
taking Jaylen Brown over motherfucking Devin Booker. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
okay, but Devin Booker was already in U.S. basketball. Like he's already a part of USA basketball.
So
I understand this. I'm not trying to make any. I'm not trying to make an excuse and
you
everything.
just give me the answer.
Yes, I don't think Devin Booker and his skill level as a two guard is in question here because he is definitely one of the best scorers
Agreed.
in the world.
Agreed.
And he should definitely be on the team. His position shouldn't be questioned. It should be Derek White. Like we shouldn't be going around the rest of it should be this person who is.
So Brown should have been picked over White, even though defensively
He is the third.
When
So
you said,
he is not a better defender than Jaylen.
I would agree with that.
And Jaylen can guard more people,
So
big,
why-
small.
and Jalen's a better scorer.
I don't know what Jalen's reputation is. I don't know what. There is something about this
So
kid.
you think there could potentially be like back in the day, I run it. Who's in charge of the Olympic committee?
Well, I think right now
LeBron.
the front. Well, no. The Olympic. I think the front guy is Grant Hill.
I know, but who's in charge of Grant, player-wise? Who's Grant gonna like? Who do we want this guy?
I
They
think,
did it with
I
Jordan,
think,
right?
No, I just think collectively with the coaches that they have now, Jordan was in a different position. Jordan had just won the finals,
Plus, he was Jordan.
and he was still in his prime. He's not like LeBron.
That's true. He's not
Like-
in his prime. Yep.
And Jordan was like, I'm cool, man. I'm getting ready to go golfing. Like, I ain't getting ready to go to the Olympics. I'm done playing basketball. Now,
So to
but,
get him, yeah, I got you.
But,
Okay.
but if you want me to,
Here's what I want,
this is what I need.
and this is what I don't want.
This is
who
what
I
I
don't
need.
want
He
with
didn't say.
He didn't have to.
I don't think he. Yeah, thank you. This is what I want.
This is what I want.
Which means what you
there's
don't want.
Subtraction. Don't give me this.
Right. And Isaiah Thomas, good friend of mine,
And I think
was
Devin Booker's unbleevable. I'm not throwing him out there. I'm just
No,
saying,
absolutely.
Jaylen Brown's
That's a legitimate.
believable.
Yeah, I mean, besides our legendary players, everyone else should be questioned.
Dude, I could have coached the Celtics.
No, I'm not going to say that because last year they criticized the guy. Talked
I'm not
about he wasn't.
criticizing. I didn't
he
criticize him
wasn't-
last year. Dude, you got 4 dudes in the Olympic team.
But he's also part of the trade to make Drew Holiday feel a part of
Dude,
that.
I think the trade's unfreaking believable. I'm not doubting the guy's skill at all. I'm just saying, like,
And when Kristoff gets hurt,
it would have been a damn
they
shame
still
had they-
operated at a high level with
Well,
Kristoff.
They still had White,
no
Brown,
center.
Tatum, Holiday. I mean, I'm feeling bad for them, but they still had 4 dudes that.
No, absolutely. They got a great roster. They really do. But you have to get all those things clicking. And their best player on paper, the highest paid player now, Jason Tatum, wasn't playing better than Jaylen Brown.
I would agree.
Nor did he do last year when the finals.
Because Jaylen Brown's and he's stupid underrated.
So for
Why
me,
is he so underrated?
Man,
by fans. Fans can't. I don't have any reason to dislike him. Why do people underrate him?
The number one thing is even when he got drafted, they were like, oh, man, he's got too many other interests. Oh, he's a smart guy. The guy teaches Ivy League school in the offseason. Like, this is how Kobe was, too. I'm not trying to compare him to Kobe. Kobe was reading books. Kobe was speaking different languages and everything. In the NBA locker room, he's a totally different guy than what comes through that door. Jaylen Brown is not your stereotypical African-American guy from the South, from Atlanta area. No, he has unbelievable interests. He's got amazing talent, insight. His opinion is well thought out. And besides that, he's a hell of a basketball player.
Correct.
So To me, it just smells real fishy. Like,
I don't
smells real fishy. And I just think one day, like, we will find out because he is the finals MVP. Remember when Kawhi got the finals MVP against the Heat?
Yeah.
If they would have been having an Olympic team that year, you think Kawhi would have been on the Olympic team?
How would he not have been an Olympic team?
And he was not as good as Jaylen.
Agreed.
That's what I'm talking about. When guys made all NBA teams.
Jaylen Brown should be an Olympic team.
Yes.
Tell you, they're better. They are better with him, not without him. All right, comments, because these are funny. These are good.
You're funny. This is your favorite part of the show.
I've
now,
been waiting. I'm like, can we start with it? They're like, no, do it at the end. I'm like, are you sure we do it at the end?
You're like, yo, see, man, we got these comments in there. This is what we're gonna be going over and everything.
They're actually good.
The Cris is gonna be good, man. I got you, Shawn.
That's what it sounded like, didn't it?
Yeah.
This one's good. This one's a little bit long, but I'll make it quick. A few sentences. Goldfinger, 1965. If Mahomes had Clayton and Duper. Is it Duper?
Yeah, Clayton and Duper.
Okay.
Mark Duper.
That's a long time ago. He'd have over 6,000 yards passing. Marino couldn't do what Mahomes did, which we weren't talking. Mahomes has been to 6 straight AFC. This guy's just obviously a Mahomes guy, and is the reason his team is so successful. During the stretch, he's 3-1. Thank you. We already knew that. Marino got there once, but this part's funny. Elway got there 5 times and won his last 2. Kelly is the most underrated quarterback of all time.
No, I can Goldfinger 1965, right?
Yeah, man. That's
Goldfinger
cool
1965.
Goldfinger. Go get him, bro.
All right. You can be a great player because a lot of the comments came. People were like, "Oh man, this guy's overrated. This guy." You can be a great player and still be underrated.
Correct.
Like Jim Kelly is definitely underrated, not only as a football player, but his overall toughness. Some of the things that he's gone through off the field,
he's a stud.
Fighting cancer and everything. Great human being.
And dude, by the way, if the dude could kick a football, he'd have a ring. He didn't miss the friggin' field goals, right?
I mean, he took his team, led his team to 4 Super Bowls.
Correct.
And so, even if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, Warren Moon, first ballot Hall of Famer.
You know who's overrated? The dude that missed the field goals. Because you ain't good.
Right. And that's what team sports will do
it's
to you.
It's a field goal.
It
For the
will,
love of God.
It will
30-something yards.
put you in a class where people will question your greatness because somebody else didn't do their job.
Correct. Yeah, he ain't the job. He ain't kick the field goal. If he threw an interception at the end of each one of those games, I'd be like, man, he might not like that. He's tough under pressure. He was in the sidelines when they were kicking a field goal.
He drove them down.
I got you. I just need you
right there.
I just need you to kick that thing, dude.
Norwood, get it done.
Come on, bro.
Do your job.
Do your job. All right. How about this one? All right. My man, hold on. 6-time champ. This guy, I can't even see these. Okay, 6-time champ. He said, name a coach with a garbage quarterback has a good record. There's probably a lot of coaches that did pretty well that didn't have the number 1 quarterback.
Name
a coach with a we didn't say garbage, by the way. We didn't call anybody. We don't call anybody in the NFL a garbage quarterback.
No.
Who has a good record? This is the Belichick thing because they were freaking out Belichick. These guys all. Let me read some of these Belichick ones.
Well, the thing about it is the quarterback is the most dominant position, but
too.
you also have to manage that position.
He keeps going. Holy shit! He put a lot of players have grudges with. I guess he's talking about you. He used to have grudges with Bill Belichick because they beat him so much.
Yeah, that you sound like an idiot.
He do because that's really stupid. Like that. Like I'd be if it was funny, I'd be the first one to tell you that was kind of good.
It's
you got
like,
Cris,
man, he took your girlfriend in high school. Like, stop, man. Like we were in transition.
All right. What? He'd still be one of the great. Okay, we agree with that. Cris, this man. I am Gavin Mitchell. Caps, lowercase. Cris Carter once won ring badly. What's that got to do with a comment?
You don't have to win Super Bowl rings to have comments.
Correct.
Like you don't.
I was watching that the other day. I will talk about a different one, but somebody was saying that. I couldn't believe he said it. It wasn't just one of them. He had
all these guys do shows and everything. They didn't got no championship ring.
No, Ike Boy, 2. He had Drew Bledsoe, who was one of the best quarterbacks in the 90s.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't, dude. I mean, please. No. Drew Bledsoe was one of the best quarterbacks in the 90s?
No.
With those quarterbacks?
No.
God bless America. This guy's a little bit lost. Roy Howard, 5045. Bill was winning without Tom. Where and when? Where and when? Bill, like, he would not win it without Tom. Where and when, bro? So we'll do more comments next time, more from Cris. I love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for everything as always.
Goldfinger.
Always shoot
I
your
like
street.
it.
Goldfinger, you the man. And then the other one, he went, I am champ. He got 6-time champ. He had about 1,200 comments. But keep them coming. We'll address them. If they're funny, if they're not, if they're good, if they're not. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in.